where? That one. That's live. That's there. Let's go. And we just got to... Was it the Withering Palace? Oh, let's actually have some sound. That much sound. That sounds like about the right amount of sound.
We hoppered down into a narrow, rocky canyon. Waves of dust made it impossible to breathe.
I have to say, this section really does feel
This was the worst one yet.
as harsh as it's supposed to. The first time through, I was super glad to get out of this wind. But I shall do as instructed and stay quiet. And soon enough, there will be translations.
My head was spinning.
Something got a bit confused there. In terms of the order that things happened in. Yes, let's go. Stay in the shadow of this thing until... Keep going. I mean, we'll have the wind behind us the way back, robot. It'll be much easier. The difficulty will be staying on our feet. Stop trying to get me to talk to the robot with a face full of sand, video game.
Then we rounded a corner in the rock.
There we go.
And we saw it.
We have seen this kind of gate before. This one, though, is open. It's translation time. No, the juicy one. Let's see. What have we got? That's a place. I think that might be deadly. That's this place. I don't think that's going to be that, unless find is wrong. What can we put in? Is that? Okay, what have we still got that will fit in here? In this place, the dead may find something. Okay. Don't think that's going to be presents or presents. This should cross off act. I hope. Yep. This. Place. In this place. Presents or presents is going to be wrong. Yes. Good. In this place, something may or will what have I still got here that goes? There's no thing. Go through. It's not me. Oh, what am I missing? There we are. Always of. It's always an of symbol. Yep. Oh, come on. this place may find something love. What's it going to cross out? Find? Love. Right, okay. I'm certain it's in this place. Cool. Let's get that one ticked off. That's going to be the dying, because it is an adjective of the death verb. May find... So the last part there was love. Although it might also be death. Oh no, because death has the negation sign in it. Whereas this doesn't. So this is love. So person love. It's towards person love. I think it must be mercy. Especially since we know what actually happens here. Although Aaliyah doesn't yet. Anything out here? No. Can't remember all the locations that there were inscriptions in this place. I remember it feeling weird, this one, the position of where the inscriptions were. Like, there weren't as many as I was expecting.
We stepped through the ancient gate. The wind outside dropped to a hollow moan.
Stepped through the ancient gate, and there was another ancient gate. See if this one ever opened. Was that supposed to be a significant expression on the robot's face? Like, he had the shifty side eye again. There's an inscription. Feed me more. Oh, this is a short one. Interesting. Tomb is open. I wonder if that's short because I didn't get it last time. And the only ones that are upgraded, extended, are the ones that I did complete an inscription at last time I was here.
The room was filled with rows and rows of books.
Sure that there we go. Go on, give me a whole book to translate, game, I dare you. That would be a hell of a post game. They just wrote an entire book in the language. We've got this doubled symbol, right? Which is like thing, adjective, thing. And it's like thing, circle, triangle. And the first one is an I-ish sort of thing, and the second one is a we-ish sort of thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get very far with this. It's probably going to lock me out. Ah, strength of the Emperor is the strength of all. This is then going to error out. Or not. Interesting. I think unmodified, this must be the number. This place down as Empire site, so it's good to confirm that. Inscription on the stall. Well, hey. More translations. That's your. This. Oops. Need. Oh man, I can't. That. Oh good, I want this word in the middle. That should be. Because the squiggle is like a concept or thought sort of thing. It shows up in law and stuff. But if this is the verb for thought, that would make sense. We're getting to it, Aaliyah. We're getting there. Oops. Papers. Papers, 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 please. Gimme. Okay. That's going to be something empire, because it's place, I think. That's was. Declared? That's not going to be beloved. It's going to be hated or something like that, because it's beloved but with the negation before it. Gets rid of emperor. Good. This could be palace, right? The place of the emperor. Palace of... So if the other one was blessed, this is likely evil. And this is a person. And it's a king rather than an emperor. Anything else up here? Okay, out we go. Is there anything out here? Oh, something in the sand. This is another short one. Interesting. Does look a bit more difficult than the other short one. Got no. We've got is not. Oh, crap. What? God does not know. I wonder if it's what's God's do not know doesn't exist. That must be is not. What gods do not know is not. Interesting. I don't remember finding a model there. That's where I came from. Up we go. Fallen Rock. It's a bloody great big lump to have landed on a roof and the roof have held. We've got stuff on the table. Okay, anything out front here?
A circle of stone gods, staring each other down. Each one daring the others to blink first.
Oh, what else can we find? Oh boy, another knife. That's going to be awkward if I want to go back to Elbereth. Hey Damo, welcome back. How's it going? I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I finished it in 2 streams. Like, it's about 5 hours. And yeah, I loved it to pieces. Also, I looked it up. I think you were there when I was talking about how familiar it felt. Like the how much I felt like Izzy and I shared some cultural reference points. I looked it up, and Rhianna Pratchett's father, Terry Pratchett, is almost exactly the same age as my parents. A matter of like a couple of weeks difference. So I think we probably had very, very similar reference points. My whole archive is on my YouTube channel for that. So if you do, once you've played it, if you do want to see, it'll all be on there. And I talked a bit more about the like where I felt the. I mean, I've been a Terry Pratchett fan for a very long time, as are both my parents. But yeah, really, really felt seen, shall we say, for better or worse. Oh my god, those are really complicated words. No. What do I think this might be? It's a thing. It's got the word character in it. So it might be song? I missed what the item was. So it's not entirely clear what this is. Oh, a bell. Right, yes. That would do it. Anything over here? Yeah, it's the little characters that are really causing me kind of a struggle. The kind of substantive words are. Wait, was that an inscription I couldn't make any progress with at all? Like, it didn't even let me play with it. Oh man. So that last word must be binoculars, right? Sail? I might have just mispressed something. I don't think so, but yeah, I will do. That's not going to be goddess because it's an action, but yeah, we'll see. Oh wait, remember. Interesting. I think that's not going to be remember. Or maybe it is. I'm going to clip that. I'm going to clip that because that was very, very silly. I haven't generated many clips from this game, even with as much as I've played it. This is. Remember, sail back to your mother again. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Remember, like, action god sounds like it should be bless. You're right. Except, of course, I can imagine if you think of this as a world dominated by this idea of the loop, right? Of like cyclical time. That might lead to a conflation of kind of blessing and memory, right? Where like part of yeah, that's kind of what I mean, right? Like the blessings of the loop are the fact of being remembered or recurring in some way. Sail back, sail back, sail back your mother again, again. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm sort of getting a feel for where this system of language elides some words. Yeah. Can I get this door open? I can't remember. Great minds and all that. I have had time to think. There is something about this place. 6. I don't think it's quite as much as 30 seconds, but there is a delay, definitely. A third inscription. Bloody hell. Another short one. Oh, so this was a thing I wondered about before you arrived. If you miss like an inscription in New Game, does it not display an advanced inscription in New Game Plus? What the hell is this going to be? Mechanicals, maybe? And there's this door. Stuck fast. Didn't I manage to get into the final wing? Oh yeah, you can get in from there.
The rock had been scooped
Oh yeah,
out
nice.
to make a roof for the courtyard,
That is a nice detail.
keeping it safe from the endless storm beyond. This was a secret place.
Ah, okay. Robot is now going to get freaked out. Oh, interesting. Are there even more translations on a third playthrough? Oh, yeah, this fascinating conversation of, like... the weird power relationship that the ethical core gives Aaliyah over him. Go on, give me a long one. That's not a long one. I must have missed this again. Oh, this one's a plot one. Death is a door. I remember that. But if death is a door, what's on the other side? Good question. Right, before we press on with the question, let's see what we've got over here. Door is stuck. I'm sure there was a way into the far, like that, this furthest outside bit of this palace. I may just be misremembering. There was an inscription down here somewhere. There. Oh, right. I'm wondering if the cup figures are numbers. If they are, then that would be 3. Because I'm pretty sure I had a case where the line by itself was 1. The long line, the cup line by itself was 1. And then the dot would be 2, and this would be 3. That's 2 something I2. So maybe the way if these are numbers, then the way I think it must work is that the I character, which appears in high, is used to separate the orders of magnitude. So everything before it will be the tens digit, and what's after it will be the units, which would make this, or maybe the other way round. That would be a sneaky thing to do. Because if I'm right about, so that is based on the idea that the cup with the dash. Oh no, actually, hang on. No, yeah. So couple with the dash is 3 because it's appearing in the third person. In the third person pronouns, right? There and him. Cool. I mean, the options available suggests quite strongly that they might be numbers. So that's 3, which is like 2 and 1. That suggests that that's 4I2. Oh, it could be squared. It could be square numbers, couldn't it? That's fun. And then this is also something squared. So maybe the use of the I is not an order of magnitude thing, it's an exponent. 4 to the power 2 would be 16. This, if that's right, then this would have to be 100. Because of those options, it's the only one that's a square number. And it would be... yeah, like... that would be 2... or maybe 1. No, 2. 2 something exponent 2 shouldn't give 100. Unless it is 2, 5. If the second character here is a 5, so it's 10 exponent 2. Like 2 times 5 exponent 2, which would give you 100. Which would make sense in context. 316. We should go back, though, because there was that other... Found carved in the stone table. 6 began to remember something. Found carved above the fir gate. Found in an old book. Was this the one it... Yeah, this was the one it didn't let me try, I think. Instructed or declared. It's not going to be that. Yeah, that's an interestingly sharp question. Like, a culture who writes their digits as power of 2 still work in base 10. That's a good question to ask. Where are we? Didn't we have this? Palace, yes. I'm sure that I have this character of, like, the 2 circles, dot number 1. I don't know why it keeps not showing up. Right, that section is going to be withering. Somehow. Like, that's Withering Palace. only characters here... Okay, I'll bear that in mind. The only characters I've got here are the double circle, the dot, the colon. The thing I'm sure is an adjective marker. And these three things. Why won't you let me make any more progress, you wretched game? Let me take out all the things I think I don't have. So I think the challenge here the reason it's not letting me get anywhere with this is that that's all I've got that's actually substantive towards this. I'm pretty sure that at least everything from the second verb marker to the kind of sigma looking thing must be withering. Because there's lots of stuff in there about plants and dying and things. So it might be the Empress declares the Withering Palace be something. Anyway, can't get anywhere with it for now. Let's see what else we get. Oh, is that the problem? Missing two consecutive words means that I can't separate out the phrase and therefore can't make progress with it. What's in the hole? Let's go inspect the goddesses. Do they have different glyphs? No inscription. Oh yeah, we weren't sure about this one. Giving goddess. Right, okay. Sun. Either way, I understood what you meant. Might not quite have the hang of deciphering the language of this game yet, but English I can generally handle. I do love the robot's line about what would a god do with a gender. That's a really good line. Thank you for that helpful contribution, robot. Okay. Were there other inscriptions on this level? Oh, the robot's off again. Is there anything under... Oh. More graffiti! Ooh. I'd still really like to get to grips with the like diamond square diamond symbol. Is that Empress? Palace of That's definitely not going to be correct. Pretty sure it's Palace of something, though. Do. Go on, cross off do. Oh, no, not. Okay. Palace of will. Cool. Of will. What else can I put in? There we go. Right. Oh, what the hell. So that one... Right, that must be fall. Because it's a verb, it's a direction, and it's not up. That just leaves this one. So the circle, the double circle is something to do with time. So it could be along the lines of people who in time will be kings to give us princes. I like the way her eyebrows sharpen. I like this close-up of her face. Yeah. Oh, of course, the graffiti would be like left by people who were with the Empress when she came here to get turned into a... This was where the, like, spoopy robot hole was. Whee! And last time I was too chicken to go down it.
Empty, cold, stale air.
I've been reading N.K. Jemisin's, what they called?
Like having a space all
The
around
Broken
me.
Earth trilogy, which highly recommend, by the way. Really interesting books. But she does a really fantastic line in, like, super spoopy deep holes in the ground. No, Aaliyah. Keep going down, please. She's going to walk all the way back up. I am, like, 2 chapters from the end, so don't quite spoil the ending for me yet. But yeah, I've been absolutely blown away by it. Like, she's the writing's really clever. The stylistic choices are really clever. Yeah, if something huge has been dug out of here, then where is it now? Yeah. Very much the vibe of the Jemison as well. Why can't I walk to the bottom of the hole? Oh, I was almost to the last ramps. I really want to go to the bottom of this hole. God damn it. Let me go to the bottom of the hole. I think the game's made it clear that it's not going to let me do that, though. Although... Ooh. Let me know if you try them, because I'm definitely up for more. Like, it's strange. It reminds me of, I don't know if you've read The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Reading Broken Earth feels a lot to me like that, but just better in every way. What have we got here? Worth a try. So this is going to be something like Sleep Safely, My Mother. Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad author. The Mistborn trilogy is good fun and has some nice twists to it. And The Way of Kings is like decent long form fantasy writing. The world building definitely has some. Okay, if that's parent, then this must be child. Like, I feel like Sanderson and Jemisin both actually feel like an attempt to get away from how deeply tied up with medievalism, with like simplistic medievalism, the like George R.R. Martin generation of fantasy writers were. I've lost track of the way out. Yeah, the Mistborn books are cool. They're worth reading carefully because they have
There was something down there.
really
I'm
clever
sure of it.
tricks in them, particularly the second book, I think it is. And I read it in too much of a rush to actually appreciate the trick. The Way of Kings, the twist at the end of The Way of Kings made my blood run cold. Like it was really effective. But I still haven't gone back and read even the second book. Unfortunately, the book that I have coming out, like, probably it'll be available next week, is set in a essentially 15 or 1600s Europe, but it's whoops. It is also short, so you can read it very quickly and be on to other things. Oh, right. People keep reminding me culture novels. Keep recommending me culture novels. Let's get out of here. We've got other things to do. Yeah. I also, in addition to Heaven Can Wait, there's a fantasy serial that I wrote called The Second Realm, which is kind of post-apocalyptic European. My mum pointed out after I'd written about 50,000 words of it that all the terrain was basically the terrain I grew up in the north of England. Do I know enough to find this one yet? Where do I go? I could go back to Elbereth and see what's happened with the crown. Actually, I can't. I should go back to Iox first. Also, write fanfic. You can check my fanfics, although some of them are complete nonsense. But I mean, I've been writing stories for like 20 years. So I've had a lot of practice, finally to the point where someone will publish them. And honestly, like, writing a book is just writing a lot of words one after another. If you have the time to work on it, it's not that special of an achievement. What do you write fanfic of? What IPs? I hate calling them IPs. I mean, that's what fanfic is for, right? They're having like, serious conversations. Oh, cool. I'm working on Escape the Infinite fic at the moment because I watched that series and I didn't like the ending, so I was like, I'm gonna write a different ending. Most of my fanfic is. Oh, that's cool. I'm really timid about writing AUs. Like, the thing I like about writing fanfic is how kind of tightly restrictive it can be to try to fit really closely into someone else's creative work. So I tend not to write too far away from like quote unquote canon. Always jealous of people who can like. Whoops. Let me do something. What is this? Is that really? Does it? That's fair enough. I think like I didn't write fanfic for a long time. For a bunch of reasons. But one of the reasons was that I was kind of, if I was going to do something like wildly different, I just wanted to write my own settings. So for me, like, it's the contrast that makes it. Oh wait, I missed that fits. Let me. Must be point from context. It's a telescope. Can I make it? It's an action, and it's got a towards, like, noun direction. And then that kind of question mark with the two things on it isn't necessarily word, it's like providing information, I guess. I suck at character description. I just like I learned to do body language eventually. After a novel, or one of the first like novel length projects I finished, I showed it to a friend, and his response was like, "It's interesting, but the whole novel feels like a telephone conversation because it was just dialogue." So I learned how to write body language, and I can describe how people move, but which way? This way, I think. Yes. But I do often really suck at just saying what characters look like. There's a thing. What's the thing? Hair color I can usually do. Because you just say, well, it's blonde or it's brown or it's black. Or sometimes red. But I'm hopeless at describing like facial shape, build type. Can do clothing. Yeah, describing the viewpoint character's appearance is a nightmare. What the hell am I looking at here? I feel like if I can make some progress with this... this might help with that one we couldn't make any progress with before. It's a sextant. So it could point towards the moon. What's that going to be? If that is your point, your something. I bet that's not wind actually. It allows point to also be like lead, which is good. Cool, yes, wind is not part of it. Moon. Point. Your something. Ouch. Oh, not moon. Interesting. Maybe home? Oh, home. Right, yes. So we've got a place, right? Noun, place, character. If that's a head. Yep. AO3 / Eat the Pen. Twitter at Eat the Pen. And then like on my Twitter there's my card which has my link to like all the stuff I do. I think this is prow. Because it's a thing that's ahead and it's to do with sailing. I think it's going to be prow. I should, of course, put a link to like my card and stuff. Grendel, huh? It's funny, like I've been using Eat the Pen as a username for over a decade now, but it doesn't feel like a relic because the relics are the names I had before that. Do-do-do-do-do. Is this the way to the Ox? Yes, okay. Ouch! I'm slumping really badly today. I don't know why. Been a long week, I guess. I guess I can now go and talk to the professor about Rembert because I don't have the crown with me to give away at the moment. What do you think of the sculpture? The robot's giving me lip again. Hey, buddy. Ah. Yep, past tense of verb towards place. Yeah, that's the plan. Just to see what the oh, that's just back into the ordinary dialogue loop. Just to see how the back half of the game kind of ends. Show him an artifact. Because I picked up a dagger. There we go. Good grief. I would kill for an inventory system in this game. Right, what have we got? People. Wait, I don't have army. Oh, I do have army. Yes, army. This is a verb. It's expressing a want, so it must be demands. Is that last part death or love? I think death has an X character in it, doesn't it? I think that might be loyalty. Feed me more. Take it. And get out of my sight. We have to talk to Mayari. Get out of the way. That's what the robot's head reminds you of. It reminds me of that ASMR mic. The the KU100, the really expensive one. Sorry, weird observations. It's been bugging me for a while. Hey, Mayari. These fucking options. He joined an ancient cult. It's worse than that. He's dead. Jimmy's dead. Jimmy's dead. Jimmy's worse than that. He's dead. Jimmy's dead. Jim dead. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. Okay, so that whole bit there was not set up anywhere in the game. Remember left us a message. What message did he leave us? Don't tell her about the crown. Oh! You know, I think I might have seen that and not twigged it. I'm too chicken to actually confront Mayari. Do not tell her about the crown. Someone had lived out there once. Hopefully, Aaliyah is not about to say, and by the way, it was the last emperor. Oh man, we're gonna get in trouble. I did not sell the damn thing. Curse you, robot. Now I want out of this conversation because I'm feeling guilty because I have been raised all my life to be obedient to authority, and I still haven't entirely shook to the yoke of that. Let's get out of here. I could go back to Huang, but I don't think there's a great deal of benefit in doing so. Let's go. Go and see Arroy. See what's happened to the crown. And then probably stop for tonight. We have to go back to Elbereth, Robot, because the crown is there. The other big thing I want to do differently this playthrough is when I go to Renaka, I want to trade the robot to the dude.
No one knows how far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots. Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
No one's ever mapped the rivers that I just casually looked at a map of. I know video game abstractions are just like that sometimes, but it is funny. Oops. It would be just like Aaliyah to be like, no one's ever mapped them except me. And I guess she probably means no one's ever like mapped the full extent of them as well, right? Everybody knows where the common routes are because they're able to sail around them. You would have thought I'd memorized the way from Iox to Elbereth by now. Like me personally, not just Aaliyah. But I keep having to check and recheck these branches. Whoops. Too late. Hopefully I only had the one weapon on me. Yeah. You could go to my YouTube archive and do a watch along. It is a difficult one. Like, even just doing, like, NG+, I feel a bit weird. Trying to get, like, friends to come and have a look. Especially as we start to move into the second half of the game. Is the slave trader lady going to yell at me again? I hope not.
The market never seemed to stop.
Yeah, it feels like a fun game to watch. An easy one to get involved in. And with like a lot of variation in how the plot can play out as well. Wakey, wakey! It might be, yeah.
From the back room, I heard a curse.
Well, every stream has a chance of like raising its profile a bit. Uh-oh. I will trust my friend. Let's get through this scene and then you can tell me. I highly recommend this one. I've enjoyed it a lot. Like it's a really chunky system. You do have to pay attention to the dialogue though. The Great Forge. I want to choose all of these places. Tell me about more locations. I keep hearing good things about 80 Days. Maybe I'll play it at some point. But I feel like it might be like it might be a bit choice paralysis-y for me. I read through all of this game, although admittedly my voice did take a little while to recover. Let's repair the friendship. Oh, interesting. So that's confirmed the crown. Okay, so she's going to fiddle with the widget some more. Which means the robot is presumably going to yell at me for not taking it back to Mayari. And we have to not go back to Iox. So the next thing is going to have to be Renaka. Where I'm going to piss the robot even more by trading... Oh, dang it, I was too slow. I mean, you did mention last time something about what happened, but we'll see. Hopefully we get to find out the secrets of the crown. I suspect, even if the thing that you mentioned a couple of streams ago doesn't happen, instead she'll blow it up. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there for... Am I? No, I'll sail to Renaka first. Yeah. I hope someday there's just a straight up comprehensive walkthrough for this game that identifies all these things. Oh, Miyari's mad! Oh, yeah, Remba's funeral. I didn't know him. I'll stay out of the way. Although there was his... Forgot about the funeral. I feel like... So, this is a thing that like indie game companies could just do. This game's been out long enough. They must have, somewhere in their archives, a flowchart. Commission an artist to the tune of a few... Probably a couple of $1,000, I guess. I went to a museum exhibit in London a couple of years ago that was a kind of games archiving stuff. And one of the games, they had a whole bunch of things, but one of the things they had was like for 8 games an exhibit of kind of designer notes and stuff. And they had like some sections from the design doc for Journey. that was absolutely fascinating to look at and look through. Only really had a couple of hours to spend, unfortunately, but really just a lovely combination of artifacts.
The Ranaka Reach is famous for smashing boats to splinters. The Ranakans are said to make their boats from solid iron.
It was very weird because it was like right next to Journey was The Last of Us. It's just complete kind of tonal whiplash. That's interesting. I mean, I see that, but also, like, I really want to know the full language in this one. And like, I'm a JRPG gamer, so I'm used to stories that don't branch, basically. My kind of That's also fair, Deb. They'll probably never know one way or the other. Yay, fast bit. I like the fast bits. It's true, actually, yeah. It's not, I mean, the point of the flowchart isn't necessarily to see, like, to make sure that you don't miss anything, so much as it is to make sure that you... Because, like, the question of... oh, God, that would be so laborious. But like the question of what's going on with the crown is not a trivial question. In terms of like with this thing, we are something. Oh, ring. Misread that. We are, it's a verb phrase towards group and then maybe love. So maybe with this ring we are red. It's really the only one of those that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, like the crown is such a big deal in the early part of the game. Like it's so crucial to everything that follows that it would be very, very weird to make it kind of... Because the reason that you don't want players to choose every option is that you want their journey with the game to be expressive. If you're going to have a game that has a branching narrative that kind of has all these different player choices, you want the playthrough to be expressive in some way, but you don't want the players to be missing out on the deep lore. Certainly not on a repeat playthrough. I'm trying to think if I know of anything like that. I mean, the collector's edition of the Nier remake is going to come with the game's script. And I've got to admit, like, it's like 150 quid, and I'm still tempted. Like, I would love to have that game's script on hand. Just to be able to check that I correctly heard all of Kaine's swearing. I'm definitely going to be streaming that when it comes out, by the way. There will be, like, several days of very solid Nier Replicant. Because the original Nier is one of my favourite games. And I will just talk about it for hours at a time, quite happily. I'm trying to think what a, like, sketchbook equivalent. So obviously, like, I've written novels. I have piles and piles of notes. And because I'm a hoarder, like, I have all the notes still. I'm glad we're starting to get to grips with the number system. Okay. There must be ways of, like, publishing all those notes. I love for the last time. There's a thing over there, though, robot. Why am I listening to this conversation? Thanks for coming. Lovely to have you. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer, so you won't miss much. Oh, what's that last character? Can I decipher that last character, please? The nebula is endless something. Yo, thanks for stopping by. What have we got? Oh, I suppose probably loop. Right? It's the noun word. It's connected to ring and all. It's probably loop. That's interesting. Interesting sentiment given what we know about the actual nature of the nebula from first playthrough. Ah, that's what Tappy's for. I'll try to remember to do that when I get back to Elbereth. Remind me if you're here when I go back to Elbereth that I want to actually visit Tappy this time. God, I really like the fast bits of River. I know I say this every time I go through one, but I really like them. That was just a big circle, I see.
For the longest time, Mayari didn't know about the Nightingale. I would hitch lifts with robot couriers to Elbereth, then slip away to play aboard the ship. Until one day, when Oroi reckons she could figure out how to launch it.
It is a cool game. I really like it.
I didn't know how to stop.
It's got a handful
I pretty
of
much
little
crashed
kind of
into the dock on
usability things. But like the story's really interesting, the world building's really interesting. The core mechanic, so that those glyphs are a full language. It's not just a cipher. It has its own distinct grammar. And yeah, I've just, this is my second playthrough, and I haven't got bored of deciphering the language at all yet. Every inscription is just like really.
We came to Ranaka like thieves,
Always really pleased to see a new inscription pop up.
hoppering ourselves into a narrow alley.
And it's just a robust enough system to like to have real depth to it. Like earlier this stream, we hit the number system for the first time, or for me. Like probably like 15, 20, 25 hours into the game, just starting to figure out numbers. So yeah, highly recommend. Heaven's Vault. It's on Steam. Like 20 quid, I think. Anyway, I'm going to stop for tonight because that's been 2 hours and I am tired, super sleepy, and I have other things I need to be working on because I have a book launch coming up. But also the robot's really sassy. If you give the robot time to breathe in its character, it's really sassy. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all hopefully next time. I might well be streaming this again tomorrow. So yeah, see you again. Take care.